Hi, this is RebelQueen. Okay, uh, this is this is a review for the He-Man Revelations and He-Man Masters of the Universe. Now, the second season for Revelations came out a little while ago, but I wanted to wait for the Masters of the Universe second season to come out to do this because of how I did the first video. And honestly, like I said, I knew it was gonna be coming. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of wait on that because it's like you kind of knew one was coming after the other when the first one came out. So now for since Revelations came out first, I'll start with that. Now Revelations picked up where the first season ended, but thankfully, if you remember in Revelations, after they restored magic and Adam came back to life, we learned Skeletor came back to life too, and he pretty much stuck a sword through Adam's chest. Luckily, Adam survived that. He did not die on us again. But then things kind of went from there. Skeletor pretty much pulled his usual crud, and then we kind of learned how he was alive. He basically hid himself in Evelyn's staff and was kind of siphoning from her magic / life force to stay alive and stuff, which honestly, that's such a Skeletor thing to do if you know the He-Man series at all. So then he basically takes over Grayskull after gaining the power, and then he makes Evelyn the new sorceress. She gains bat motif, if I remember right. And then basically Teela and them and Adam and them are basically trying to track down the king and them and all that. So it was pretty interesting. We actually see Skeletor is pretty much like goading Adam and a lot. He's like going like, "Ha!" It's like, why did you know about like how he can't transform and all that? And then Adam's like, "Oh please, the sword wasn't the source of the power. It's like me, the sword just controlled like how much of the power I had." So Adam transforms without the sword, and the best way I can describe He-Man Adam without the sword and stuff is, if you know the Fate Stay Night series, he's basically a berserker crossed with Hulk. Yeah. I would say the particular berserker from the Fate Stay Night series, the Hercules berserker, because of the muscle mass, and then Hulk with when it's before Bruce Banner and the Hulk personality kind of go, okay, yeah, we can have some coexistence here. Because basically, when he transforms, he is like hulked out more than usual, and he's basically a wild beast. That's why I said berserker mixed with Hulk. And if you don't know the Fate Stay Night universe, because since I brought it up, I really do recommend the series. Just be careful. They do have a lot of different animes and stuff, so you have to be careful which one you watch. Because they have like 2 different Fate Stay Nights that tell the same story, just they tell it differently, and then there's like a prologue series and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's like you have to be kind of you just kind of have to be careful there, otherwise you get very confused. So just be careful there. And actually, also in the series, we kind of learn a little bit more about Tila's connection with the sorceress, and also in the series, instead of having Duncan just be Tila's adoptive father, like how they had it done in the original He-Man series, and kind of like in some of the other adaptations, they actually made Duncan her actual blood father, so that was kind of interesting. So, but they kind of do expand a little bit more on like why the sorceress is attached to Grayskull and why. So that was pretty interesting, along with Tila actually taking up the mantle of the sorceress, but unlike the previous sorceresses, she's not stuck to the castle itself. And we also got to see a little bit of Evelyn and Skeletor's past, and exactly why Evelyn was so devoted to Skeletor too in this season too. So it was pretty interesting. So it's like, with the way it ended, I kind of do think we are going to get a season 3, and also possibly I'm kind of thinking they might broach a She-Ra concept from this Revelations universe. Just kind of how it came up, because with the way it ended, I know I'm kind of giving you guys a bit of a spoiler here, but it's like the way it ended, Adam looked at Tila and he was like, "Are you ready to help me protect all the secrets?" And she's like, "No more secrets. I'll help you, like, take care of everything." So, and if you remember from the first season, when they went to go get that cup that had the last little bit of magic and stuff, and we were seeing that weird tech cult that the Cyclops guy had kind of formed in the Hiss Mountains. Well, Skeletor went back there, and he's kind of raising hell. Well, the angel thing, the thing that was turning people into like those weird techno things, it transformed and became like this weird like little lady angel thing. And on the thing was the Hordak Prime's, God, not sure I'm getting their name right, but it's like, basically, you know, the symbol used for those guys from that were basically She-Ra's opponents. I mean, they covered them a little bit in the Princesses of Power, but from the DreamWorks series, but it's like, but yeah, it's like, it had that symbol, and I'm kind of like, oh my god, we might actually get a She-Ra deal out of this. I mean, don't get me wrong, Princesses of Power was a good series. Yes, I did watch it. 'Cause I mean, He-Man, She-Ra, they are sister series. Because I mean, Adora is Adam's twin sister. So, I mean, honestly, when they were doing that whole She-Ra Princesses of Power series, I was kind of like, are we going to get a He-Man series that actually interconnects the two? But now with the second season of Revelations and with that, I'm kind of going, okay, this will be interesting. And honestly, with the art style in Revelations, I'm kind of going, this might be better. So it's like so depending on how this kind of goes, I'm really interested to see if they do a third season that actually kind of goes in that direction or what. Then for the Masters of the Universe, it left off where season 1 did, where basically they're Keldor / Skeletor's pretty much taken over everything, and they're on the run. They do introduce the concept of the symbol of Hiss, so they're finding the pieces and trying to prevent Skeletor from getting everything together. So while the one group is doing that, the Teela in this series is protecting the king, who towards the end of it, he is a little bit more okay with them having the power, because he's like, if it had to be anybody, I'm glad it's you and your friends, because at least you're using the power responsibly. Though, where the sorceress in this series sent the castle ended up being at Avioria, and I probably butchered that. Because apparently in the Masters of the Universe series, apparently there is still quite a bit of conflict between all the kingdoms. So when they get there, he says he's the Prince of Eternia, of his particular kingdom of Eternia, and it almost pretty much turns into a diplomatic incident, because when they get there, they knock over a statue of the king. Though, to be honest, the king there is a bit of a... he has an ego so full of himself, it's not even funny. So, pretty much for most of the season, they're doing everything to find all that. Then when there's a big battle, they break Skeletor's staff to free everybody. It's just a pretty quick season, because it's only 8 episodes, and there isn't really a whole lot of character development or build-up. It's just pretty much wham bam, thank you ma'am. So I kind of don't know if this was just like a quick part 1 to season 2 or what. Because, basically, I really don't want to reveal too much because, like I said, I don't know if this was a part 1 or what. So we just kind of have to wait and see because, like I said, this was just like way too short. And kind of with how things played out, I'm kind of like, was this just like a part 1 or what? Because with how it went and how it ended, I'm like, there has to be more because this was too short for a season 2. But then again, you never know. Then again, the Masters of the He-Man Master of the Universe, it kept its flow. It's still child friendly, so still okay for kids to watch. Definitely 9.5. The Revelations, that is still adult, especially for the for this one scene between Skeletor and Evelyn. and for some of the stuff it implies, that's definitely adult. So do not let your kids watch unless you want to have to explain to them, like, they look at you and go, "Mommy, Daddy, what do they mean?" Then you have to go, and you just have to look at them and go, "I'll tell you when you're older. And you'll know what scene I mean exactly when you watch it." If you haven't watched it already. So for Revelations, second season 2, definitely I'd still give it 9.5. Though, like I said, with the way that season 2 ended, I'm kind of going, I hope either a season 3, it looks like there's a season 3, or we're going to get into a She-Ra deal going on with that one. It kind of looks like that. Or maybe a combination of the two, because I mean, even with the original He-Man series, I mean, it had the whole hour-length She-Ra thing that set things. It had the whole hour-length He-Man deal that set up the beginning of the She-Ra series for it. So you never know. Kind of like I said in the Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger deal, if you guys want the stuff to come out more frequently, like us, watch us, subscribe us, and then share us, because then me and Albion can get the stuff out to you more quickly and stuff, even though I know Albion has been streaming stuff pretty frequently. I mean, that might change once she actually finds a job, because then he'll understand the job market. But then again, you never know with him. But stay safe, guys, and see you next video.